Welcome to Our Community, Our Money, the Entrepreneur and You. My name is Germaine Washington, and I'm your host. For today's show, we will be speaking with Miss Tamala Austin. She's an entrepreneur and founder of J.I.V.E Juice Company, a healthy juice company owned by the first African American female to join Whole Foods Market. Tamala's company focuses on helping customers maintain a healthy lifestyle. Tamala is also our brand new director for Open for Business, which is a grant for women of color funded by Wells Fargo. We'll talk to Tamala when we come back from our break. Tamala, how are you? Welcome to the show.
Good. Thank you so much for having me.
It's such a pleasure to have you. So I'm going to start out. Our viewers are going to want to know, what is your background? From what I could see, is truly remarkable, being the first African-American woman to be in the Whole Foods market. But just give us your background and tell me, how did you decide to become an entrepreneur?
Yes. Okay. So I've been working in corporate America for over 20 years in accounting in the oil and gas industry. And as many of you know, being in oil and gas, the market is up and down. And when it's good, it's good. But when it's bad, it's bad. And so after having experienced a layoff and being without health insurance coverage, I began to look for different ways that I could find to still make an income and as well as be able to take care of the health challenges that I was facing. And I found it through juicing and doing research. And before you knew it, I gave the idea of juicing is very essential, which is what J.I.V.E stands for.
Oh, wow. That's very interesting. So when you first started the company, were you still trying to work, or did you just dive right into being an entrepreneur? Because I know sometimes when you first get started, that income isn't there. So how did you survive?
Yes, I did. I continued to work as the market picked back up and jobs began opening in the oil and gas industry. I still worked, but I kept the mindset that this time, even though I'm going back, I'm still not going to, lose focus on my business because I could go through another layoff again. So I was like, I want to be more prepared this time. So as I would work 8 hours on my corporate job, I'd come home and work 8 hours on my business. That was the mindset.
When you launched your business, did you save for the business, or did you have investors, or do you have investors? Because a lot of our entrepreneurs always ask that question. Where does the funding come from?
I took the chance, and being in corporate America and having a 401k and savings, I said, I'm going to use my money to help invest in myself. And so that's what I did. I took my money out of my 401k. I bought my first food truck. And so we started there. After we lunched in our kitchen, we invested in getting our first food truck. And we were all over the city of Houston with our juice shop.
That is so wonderful. So what advice would you give to people who want to start their businesses but need a push or some type of motivation to step out on faith the way that you did?
I definitely say, having a plan before something happens is definitely a good start. But think about what it is that you're passionate about. What is it that you would do all day? And if good, do it for free. What is it that you're giving back to help others to make a difference in someone's life? And then when you get that and find out what that it is, it will keep you motivated, even when you don't feel like it, when the sales are not there, when you don't know where the money is going to come from. I mean, having that one purpose focused on that I'm making a difference in someone else's life, someone is depending on me today, is going to be the motivation that is going to continue to propel you to do great.
So let's talk about the juices. Tell me what type of juices you have and how are the juices beneficial to our health?
Well, yes, we have our 5 signature flavors that are made of fresh fruits and vegetables. We have no preservatives in our drink, so it's all natural because we do cold press processing. And we are available for sale in Whole Foods and H-E-B. We just launched into H-E-B in July of this year. So we're definitely exciting. That's something that is good for your health, as many of us don't drink the minimum requirement of fruits and vegetable intake a day. We're you're able now to drink them.
Okay, we're going to talk more about that when we come back from our break. We're going to continue our conversation with Tamala Austin, who will tell us more about her juice company, all about that. And then we're going to delve into her position with HCC as Director for Open for Business. The Entrepreneurial Initiatives Department has many resources and trainings to help entrepreneurs out there just like you reach your goals. Visit our website at hccs.edu/small business. We have a lot of information on our site. We have a calendar of upcoming events and other information that are designed to help you. We'll be right back.
Times of change like the one we're in can open up opportunities. Houston Community College can help with over 200 programs, 20 campuses, and financial aid. Enroll today for spring classes and frame your future with HCC.
Welcome back, everyone, to Our Community, Our Money, the Entrepreneur and You. We're going to continue our conversation with Tamala Austin, founder of J.I.V.E Juice Company. And you were saying that you're in Whole Foods Market and you're now in H-E-B. How did you get into those stores? Let's talk about that for a few minutes.
But definitely one of the key things that helped me with Whole Foods in the beginning was social media. As I tell people all the time, you have to be careful what you post because you never know who's watching you. And so from that conversation, they approached me and we began a discussion about this opportunity. And you've got to be ready. Yeah, that's definitely a good key. And we were ready when the opportunity came to us and excited about joining a global company such as Whole Foods Market, and also as being the first African-American female juice company of its kind to be in the stores. Then on, as we began to continue our journey, we've been with Whole Foods since 2017. We've also had the opportunity to be honored by the governor of Texas at his State of the State speech in 2018 as a single mom, small business entrepreneur that's making a difference in our community. And then later on, I decided to take a chance. I'm like, okay, we're with Whole Foods, so let's apply to some of the other grocery store retails. And so I reached out to H-E-B and began the conversation there. And in July of this year, we started with 40 stores across the city of Houston and surrounding areas. And in just 3 months, we've been able to get an additional 40 stores that will be available in with H-E-B. So we're excited about the progression and expansion of J.I.V.E Juice Company, and it's all because of our J.I.V.ers. We thank all of our followers and customers around the city of Houston and surrounding areas that are intentional about their health.
Okay, that is a really great story to be able to get into these major retailers and sell your products. So tell me a little bit about the individual juice. How did you come up with are you just straight juice? And what makes your juice different from all the other juices out there?
I think one of the things that stands out about J.I.V.E Juice Company is that our juices are not only just made because of the taste, they taste great. Each one of our recipes targets a specific health issue that we made. Our juices are made with our customers' health in mind. We support, healthy lifestyles. And in the beginning, we were all about those athletics, those that were in tune to sports. But now that we've seen one of the greatest things that has helped us to progress is being able to cater to the whole family. And so our target audience has grown, and we've been able to provide juices that not only the adults like, that we also have our juices are kid friendly. And so we're excited about that the kids are enjoying J.I.V.E juice as well.
Can people order juices online, or do they go to the grocery store and get the juice? Is it specifically at the grocery store, or can they go online and get the juice?
You can order online. But definitely, we want to encourage our customers to go to their local H-E-B or Whole Food stores and purchase our juices.
Okay. Now let's talk about your new role with Houston Community College. You are now the director of Open for Business. First of all, what is Open for Business and how did you become the director? Let's talk about that.
Yes, yes. Well, Open for Business is an initiative that Houston Community College Entrepreneur has taken on with Wells Fargo. And we are excited that we've partnered with them to create this program, Open for Business, that is going to help and inspire other minority women that have either started a business or getting ready to start a business in their journey and process. And we are excited to be instrumental to help them achieve their success.
That is so good. So Open for Business is going to be helping women of color start or grow their businesses. This was due to a grant by Wells Fargo. Can you tell us a little bit about how all that came to be?
Yes, I believe that in the beginning, they were having discussions of what could they do to help give back to the community to make a difference, and also seeing that there was such a need for it, especially in the minority population, that women are excited and wanting to start businesses, but just need the essential tools to help them progress and get along. And so we have been able to work with Wells Fargo in helping these women to achieve their goals.
Yes, 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 yes. Now, let's talk about what you have planned for this new department. And okay, so I'm a business person. How can I get to be involved with Open for Business?
Well, we are just so excited right now that we just have our first inaugural cohort that is starting November the 2nd through December the 9th. And we have over 300 participants that will be joining our first cohort that begins on November the 2nd in our small business success series. And the overwhelming response that we have received from women all over the city of Houston has been tremendous. And so by following us on our website, you can be able to enroll and stay in connection with us on more opportunities that we will have coming up in the future. We've got a whole calendar plan for 2023, and we want our women to get involved.
Okay, so right now the women are already filling out applications to be a part of Open for Business. When is your first event going to be held?
Our first event begins November the 2nd when we launch our small business success series, November the 2nd. And we have already have the participants that will be in this program with us for the next 5 weeks. We'll be giving them information to help with their businesses, to see where they are, if they're just at an idea stage, if their idea is even lucrative. How can we help them to pivot their business? Where areas are they struggling with? And so this is what we're going to find out during this first cohort that will be November the 2nd through December the 9th. And then we will also have throughout the process, we will have many clinics that we will have. And so we are excited. We've planned a whole year of events, networking opportunities, clinics, and forums that will give them the information they need.
So this first event is going to start November the 2nd. It's 5 weeks, and then they'll have opportunities to do more and different events with you. How do you choose the clients? Like what will make you pick me? Because I know that it's a long list and you can't have everyone at the same time. What does the application process look like, and what can I do to stand out?
Well, one of the good things is is that we are trying to help everyone. We right now, this first class with over 300 people, and it's going to be virtual. So we are excited that so many people are eager to learn, to start, to get the tools that they need, that we want to cater to everyone. As we go throughout the program, we will be able to, make our groups smaller so that we can deal with our students more one-on-one, to give them that attention that they need, the help that they need, and we find out some of the biggest struggles that most of them are facing right now is with the financial background and with their credit. So we're definitely going to be running clinics with our partner, the Bridge Path, to teach on credit, how to have business credit, how to keep it separate from your personal credit. What do the banks look for in your portfolio? What information and documents do you need to have?
I think that is so needed, because every person that comes up to me, the first thing they say is, how do I get money for my business? How do I obtain a line of credit? How should I classify my business to, protect myself and have the least amount of taxes as possible? And it's wonderful that you guys are going to be teaching that type of thing. So speaking of pivoting and teaching them about pivoting, the pandemic hit kind of in the middle of your juice company. It wasn't long after you seemed like you got into Whole Foods that the pandemic hit. How did you pivot, or did you even need to pivot for that?
Well, one of the great things that the pandemic has done for my business has put us in a position where our demand has increased. So we had to, be able to make more, produce more production, increase our weekly production because of such high demand. And we were able to take advantage of this opportunity, and now to still be able to see that there is a need in our community for it. And that's why I go back to saying, and knowing your target audience. In the beginning, we were just reaching out and connecting with those who were physically athletic, those who were interested in working out. Those that were conscious about their bodies and health and overall eating. But as we've seen through this pandemic over the course of these almost 18, 19 months, that we've had to pivot our audience and be more conscious that, this is a worldwide thing, that we need to take better care of our health. And how can we reach those that wouldn't normally think about juicing or having fresh fruits and vegetables, or knowing the advantages of it, that it can help to keep your immune system strong.
Yes, definitely. During these times, we definitely all need to have strong immune systems, and that juice right there is now, when I've been looking at the news and they've been talking about, supply chain problems and things getting to different locations. How are you keeping up with the demand? How are you manufacturing all this juice and getting it to all these places?
Oh, yes, we are fortunate that our communities, our buyers with Brothers Produce, our partners that we use to get our fresh produce from, we have been able to keep up with the demand. But definitely, I want to put a pin in here for those that may be trying to seek out or find something new that they want to do. Definitely the transportation industry is in high demand right now.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And that is why I was concerned, because I was like, sometimes you can have great need, but can you supply the need with what's going on today? And it appears that you've been able to also manage that. And I'm sure a lot of your participants are going to want to know, are we going to be able to get our merchandise to our customers? And, just how would you tell them about how to deal with the supply chain issues? Is that just something you're going to say, hey, that's an opportunity for you to do a business that way? Or are you going to tell, what are some of the things they need to do?
As definitely, firsthand, it is an opportunity for you to see, how can I get into this transportation business? It creates jobs and it pays lucrative. But also, as you're thinking about your products, a lot of times now, a lot of people are going into e-commerce. How can you sell from just your own website? How can you create your own transportation avenue? So it opens up opportunities for both creating jobs, and then as the business owner, for you to find other creative ways that you can get your product or to your customers.
Okay, this has been a very interesting conversation. Of course, we're going to continue this conversation in our next segment, but I want everyone out there to please remember that the Entrepreneurial Initiatives Department has so many areas just like this under its umbrella that will help students, entrepreneurs, community, available. And we are not just about helping our small business owners, we're also about leadership. We have apathons and all different type of programs going on. And you can find out about all of this information, as I always say, on our website at hccs.edu/small business. We'll be right back.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Times of change like the one we're in can open up opportunities. Houston Community College can help with over 200 programs, 20 campuses, and financial aid. Enroll today for spring classes and frame your future with HCC.
So welcome back, everyone. In this segment, we will continue our conversation with Tamala and talk about her entrepreneurial career, as well as her new position at HCC for Open for Business. Welcome back again, Tamala.
Thank you.
So what do you think are the critical steps? We're getting specific here on creating your business, like to share with the audience out there. Like, what critical steps do you think is necessary to get from idea to actually the business?
I think one of the main key things is I meet a lot of people that says, oh yes, I have passion and I have a vision for this. And then the next thing I ask them is, but have you written it down? Have you put it on paper? It's good and one thing to have this vision in your head and be able to recite it, but have you taken the opportunity to actually write it down? And as you begin to write, you find out that's how you begin to start working on a business plan, something that is traceable, something that you can go and refer back to, something that you can use as a guidance. And it's not about even if you don't know what style, how to write it in, you need to have some type of documentation written down about your vision and your plan as to what you need to do, so that when the right opportunity does come where you meet someone who's able to help you take that from that idea that you've written down and put it actually into a plan that makes it a tangible thing that now you can see it, you can touch it and say, okay, yeah, this is real. It can really happen. And that's what we're hoping that we can do with those who are joining our program for the Open for Business, is to take just a mere idea, a thought that you have, and then begin to help you expand on it, so that once you complete the program, you've got a deliverable, you've got something you can touch and see.
Absolutely. So in talking about financing, I know there's so many avenues in which financing can happen through the traditional banks, through what is crowdfunding, through angel investing, through, GoFundMe. It's so many things. How do you know what avenue is best for you? And how do you find an angel investor?
Yeah. Yes, all those questions that I've asked myself at one time. But what I didn't do, I didn't allow that not knowing the answer to stop me from pursuing what it is that I knew I had to do. And one of the things that I think that is hard faced for us in our community of minority women is financing. And I think that the biggest downfall of that is that because we don't have the access, we don't have the education, we don't have the tools, we don't even know where to start or go to even think about, how can I get the monies that I need for my business? And then we continue to do it. And then we find ourselves that, okay, yeah, we've used all of our personal credit here, and now our personal credit is bad. How can we go to a bank now and get the funding? So we're hoping that we can build with our Open for Business program to start the discussion, start the thinking, to change our thinking first about getting those finances and fundings, how to take and keep your personal credit separate and start building business credit to which would be more appealing. And we're excited that Wells Fargo is partnering with us to help teach our women more about this, how the banking industry can help you, how they're now going to have classes that they're going to help and assist with us in teaching and giving the information. It's going to be accessible, and to actually have someone from the banking industry actually online to tell you, this is what we're looking for. This is what your credit score needs to be. These are the documents that we need to have in place.
I think that's so amazing that you guys are going to give these opportunities to the women, the minority women and the women of color right now. But also, we had an event, it was called a business shower for women, and where we showered women with their new businesses, and we brought resources, we gave out prizes that they could use to help their business. And one thing that came out of that was that they just don't know how to do the social media aspect of promoting their business online. And with social media being free pretty much right now, not all of it is free because you can buy ads, but how can you teach your people about social media and because there's a huge digital divide right now,
right.
Still, even though we're a technology, in the technology age, how are we going to bridge that gap?
Yes, definitely. Social media is, as you said, free, and it's accessible. And it's one of the ways to get your story out there. It's one of the ways for you to attract your audience, your customers, and see who's following, who's getting to know you. And one of the biggest key things in gaining that momentum through social media is being consistent. That's what I tell everyone. I mean, that's how I would say that attributed to my success with Whole Foods is by being consistent, because you never know who's watching throughout the day. All day, you need to set a time as to when you're going to post, when you need to share, when you need to have customers to even give reviews. And hey, ask them, hey, if you don't mind, would you please share your story or your reviews about our products online? That draws attention. And in the beginning, as a small business just getting started, your budget may be small. And so those things that are free to you, you definitely want to take advantage of those and stay consistent.
Yes. And then now that you have your calendar and have your calendar through 2023, I think you said, what are some of the things that people can look forward to? Because I know that you're new and you're probably still working on your website. How can they get in touch with you, the people out there who are watching this show right now, and they want to find out more about the program, they want to get in contact with your office? How can they do that? Where do they need to go?
Well, definitely send me an email at tamala.austin@hccs.edu, and we'll be more than happy to share what's going on. Join our mailing list so that you can get news e-blasts that we'll be sending out. Any information that we have to share, we definitely want you to be abreast as what is going on with the Open for Business program at HCC. And as you said, we are working on our website to make it easy for everyone to follow us, know what's coming on, events. Expect something every month. Just be on the lookout that we will be having events and hosting events every month.
So now I have them, I guess it's the $10 million question. How do you balance having a business? Because a lot of my students who they're trying to start their business, but they're in school or they're trying to work and they have their business. You are now director of Open for Business, helping other people start their businesses, but you still have J.I.V.E Juice Company out there. How do you balance all of these different apples?
I've made me a clone over the years. Yes, I've been able to do this and work all aspects of the business. But as we have grown, and to have my own plant here in Houston, Texas, which we are excited about in the third ward community where we run our operations, we have managers on site that manage everything. Emails is great. We use emails a lot, but I've been able to build me a clone, someone who can handle the operations and handle everything for me while I continue to do what it is. My passion is to being able to teach others and share my journey as an entrepreneur. That way they not only get the theory side of it, but they get the practical side of it as well. And so that's why I'm excited about this opportunity and being a part of HCC, so that I'll get to share my journey, the good and the bad, the ups and downs, the mistakes and everything with them, so that they can get along and get further in their success.
So we all need a clone like Tamala. Okay. So Tamala, I want to thank you so much for being our guest today on Our Community, Our Money, the Entrepreneur in You. And as always, I would like to share a motivational tip to all of our entrepreneurs out there. All our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. That was from Walt Disney. So as always, until next time, thanks for watching Our Community, Our Money, the Entrepreneur in You.